Now, here's the host of Good as Gold, Nick Grovich.
Hi, Nick Grovich. We're live in Phoenix today. Talk a little about gold and coins as usual. Just get a little bit out of the precious metals market out of the way. I want to talk a lot about coins today. But I do have a pretty interesting trivia question today, so I'm going to go right to that. I was reading an article in Coin World about the morality of collecting tainted coins. This is all a clue to what the question's going to be. Back in the mid to late 1600s, there were gold coins called guineas. They were called guineas because the gold came out of the area of Africa that called Guinea. It used to be a French possession. It's more an area than actual nation, I guess, at the time. It was a particular region of West Africa. It wasn't a kingdom or a nation or a colony. But Guinea was a gold coin. There were also a couple silver coins. And it had an elephant on it. It had a little embossed elephant right under the bust of King Charles, or whichever king was in at the time. But a lot of them were King Charles II. So what did that elephant mean? There's an elephant on it. Give me some idea what that means. If you could tell me anything more about it, I'll give you a bonus. This is for a silver eagle. On British coins from about 1666 to about 1672, they had a little elephant on certain coins, and they called the coins a guinea, which is a hint. And also the title of the article kind of gives you a hint: the morality of collecting tainted coins. So tell me what that is. Then I have one more trivia question. We're loaded with them today. I actually have more than I can use. But there's a lot of coins. Coins are minted, and usually it's the king or the ruler or someone like that who gets put on, especially European coins. So Adolf Hitler's face was all over the place in Nazi Germany. It was on billboards, it was on packaging, it was on buildings. You could hardly walk around a corner and not see Adolf Hitler. How many coins was his portrait on? That's my second one. How many German coins was Adolf Hitler's portrait on? So there's your two questions. What is the elephant on a gold guinea? What does that elephant mean? And how many coins was Adolf Hitler on when he was the leader of Germany? So I'm sure you could find those. If somebody just knows it, I'd like to know if you actually know it or if you had to look it up. If you have to look it up, that's fine, but I'm just curious if anyone actually knows the answer. I did not know the answer to one of those questions anyway. So today gold's down about $10. We're down around $11.47. Silver's down below $16 again. Platinum's down below $1,000. Gold, actually precious metals were doing really well. They were holding up very well, even with the stock market really doing exceptionally well, up 1,700 points since it bottomed out a few weeks ago, a month ago. And, yesterday the Fed decided, big surprise, not to raise interest rates again. And already, just like last month, today, they're all worried about if they're going to raise them in December. So it's just kind of a merry-go-round. It's been going on all year long. Are they going to raise them? Aren't they going to raise them? They come out and, one day they act like they're ready to raise them. The next day they're not going to raise them. And the markets just, I'm surprised they react every time something's said, because like I said last week, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. The Fed's running this big experiment. No one knows how it's going to end. It's probably not going to end well by the time they're done with this, but they've committed to raising rates. And I think what they're finding out is it's a really bad idea. If they raise rates, every expert has an opinion, but I think if they raise rates, that it really hurts the entire world economy. It hurts the emerging markets because they're paying for commodities in dollars. So if you raise rates, the dollar should be stronger. And if the dollar's stronger, it costs them more money to buy commodities, thus hurting their economies. It hurts our economy because it makes it more expensive for people to buy our products, so it hurts the U.S. economy. A strong dollar is not good for the U.S. economy. If you look at what they said yesterday, we're growing at 1.5%, which is terrible. I don't know how you even call that a recovery at 1.5% annual increase in GDP. It's terrible. So they still want to raise rates. They're talking about December. What happened yesterday? Gold was actually up quite well in the early markets. The futures market closed, and then someone made a comment. I don't have the article in front of me, but someone made a comment that they were probably going to raise rates in December, and then in the aftermarket, gold just fell apart. Not fell apart, it fell down $10, and it fell another $10 today. So all in all, what's interesting, though, is gold and the dollar are moving the same direction. If you remember, we usually talk about the dollar and gold moving in opposite directions. If the dollar is down, gold's usually up. Well, the last week here, gold and the dollar are moving in tandem. And what that tells me, it tells me that gold's moving more towards a financial asset. I'm not going to go into all this again today, but we talked about the difference of when gold reacts as a financial asset as opposed to when it reacts as a commodity. And when it's moving with the dollar, what that tells me is when both gold and the dollar go up, it tells me that right now everyone's worried, especially about the euro. Britain now is talking about exiting the European Union, and that would be horrific. Germany now is having problems. They're letting about 1 million new refugees in, and that's going to cause some financial problems. So the European Union does not look good. They're really trying desperately hard to fight off deflation. I had a long conversation with a client of mine who's a financial planner down in Atlanta yesterday. I wish he would have called in today because it was a great discussion. But basically, when gold and the dollar move up together, it just tells you that people are buying anything that they perceive will hold value and getting out of the euro. There's quite a flight from the euro right now. Of course, today the dollar's down and gold's down, so today they're a little less worried about it. And like I said, I find it crazy that it's all over a quarter point move by the Fed on interest rates. It also raises the cost of the debt, the U.S. debt. Every time they raise the rate on the interest rates, they increase the cost of carrying that debt. So I don't know why the Fed is insisting on raising rates. You can read all about that and get 100 different opinions. But the markets, they're not reacting as much. I mean, every time they talk about it, it's smaller moves. It's $5 and $10 moves. It's not $20, $40, $50 moves. So that's really about all I have to say about the markets today. There's just not a lot of news. The only thing I will touch on after the break, we have a break coming up here in a few seconds, is we've talked about the shortage of silver coins and platinum coins. As you know, the Silver Eagles, the U.S. Silver Eagle 1 ounce silver coin, been very, very hard to get for the last 2 months. Well, the Mint has finally cranked up production, and those coins are actually available again. I'll talk about that just for a few minutes after the break. You might be surprised by what's happening in that market. So we'll talk about the premiums, then we're going to go on and talk a little bit more about the coin market and some interesting things there.
Once again, here's Nick Grovich.
Nick Grovich, I'm back with you. If you want to join the conversation here, I'd love to take your questions. Call in 602-324-1510. If you're outside of Arizona, it's 800-293-5366. As we all know, gold is down substantially in value. We're down 40% from the high. Silver's down a lot more. We went from almost $50 down to just over $15 an ounce. And, when everything was going up in value from about 1999 to about 2010, it was really easy. Everybody was in the gold market, the silver market. It was somewhat, I don't want to say easy, but it was a lot easier to make money in the precious metals market. Now, I know a lot of people just buy their gold or silver and stick it away and just forget about it. But, one of the things that we try to do at American Federal is we try and watch the premiums. And premium, again, for those of you who don't understand the premium, that's the amount that you either can sell or buy certain coins or bullion items for over and above the value of the gold. So let's say gold, just for argument's sake, is $1,000, and it costs you $1,100 to buy a gold eagle. You're paying a 10% premium. So if that premium would go up to 25%, $1,000 gold, 25% premium means you'd be paying $1,250. So all I'm talking about by premium is that difference between the actual value of the gold and what you can either sell or buy coins or bars or whatever type of metal it is. And the reason I pay so much attention to this is just what I've been saying. The metals are down substantially, so it's really hard to make money. Now, like I said, I know a lot of people aren't worried about making money per se. They're buying gold, they're buying silver, even platinum more as a hedge. They stick it away. It's an insurance policy. But there's a lot of opportunities out there, and that's one of the things at American Federal that we try and watch for our clients. That's why we have the preferred client newsletter. We send that out, I don't want to say weekly, but a couple times a month, either when there's something worth knowing that can benefit you or when there's a better price on different types of coins. So if you want to get on our preferred client newsletter, go online, AmericanFederal.com, or call the office at 800-221-7694. Let me take a quick phone call and we'll come back to this. Hi, this is Nick.
Hi, Nick. It's George.
Hey, George. How are you?
I am well. I have your problem in reverse. I'm an Ohio State graduate, and my wife is a Penn State fan.
How do you like that? Well, my beautiful wife is, as you know, an Ohio State graduate alumni, and I had to buy her an Ohio State flag, which flies out in front of my house now. So it kills me on some days to fly it, but it makes her happy, and that's all that matters.
Keep your wife happy.
That's right. I'm trying.
Well, your Penn State has one heck of a freshman running back. I think he's scary, so you have a nice future ahead of you.
Yeah, maybe next year will be better.
Well, it will. Hey, I'm going to take a guess on the Hitler question. I have never, ever seen him on a coin. I've seen a lot of swastikas, but I've never seen him. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's a trick question and it's 0.
You got that one correct.
Oh, my.
That's exactly right. His portrait does not appear on any coins. The only thing that you'll find his portrait on are a couple of pattern coins that they made back in 1941. So they never actually produced a coin with Hitler on it. Germany didn't at that time. Well, so, George, you win a Silver Eagle. Hang on, and Ashley will make sure we have all the pertinent information, and we'll send you out a Silver Eagle.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, George.
Take care.
All right. So back to what I was talking about. Oh, there's another call. Hi, this is Nick. We've got another call. Hello?
Hello?
Maybe not.
Hello?
Oh, hi. This is Nick.
Okay, I can just barely hear you.
All right.
Okay, I can hear you better now.
Okay.
I have a guess on your other question. I had no idea on the Hitler one, but I have a guess on the Guinea one.
All right.
I remember years ago reading that they used to mine the gold from Africa, and that's how the coin got its name. And I think that's probably why they put an elephant on it.
That's correct. That's
and
actually
I bet
correct.
Since you mentioned there was a something about being a tainted coin, and like everything back then, they probably used slaves to mine the stuff.
You're right. You're right on. It was the Royal African Company. Now they didn't actually produce the coins, but they mined the gold and they traded in slaves. So a lot of people don't like the idea of buying these coins because of what you just said. The coins were actually the slaves mined the gold, and then the coins were actually used to buy and trade slaves. They would go in and trade goods and gold, and buy slaves to mine the gold and send the gold back to England. So you're right on. So that's what that little elephant means. It means that gold came from the Guinea region, and that is how the coin got its name, the Guinea.
Okay.
So you're right on. Hang on, and Ashley will get your name and all the information. We'll send you out a Silver Eagle.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. That's great. We got 2 correct answers right off the bat there. I thought when he was saying hello, I thought it was my voice echoing back in my ears. Okay, real briefly, I want to go back to the Silver Eagles and tell you why I spend so much time on the premium. You know, for a while here, the premium on the Silver Eagle is running $5 and $6 over spot. So when silver was down to $14.50, you were actually paying $21 to $23 a coin for a Silver Eagle. Which means when you sold the coin, if you were selling the coin, you could have sold it for, a dollar or two less than that. There's a dealer spread in there. So that premium was extremely high at that point. So even, and the reason I say this is a lot of people sit back and say, geez, silver is at $15.70 and I missed it at $14.50. To actually buy silver, you actually paid more when it was $14.50 than you pay today. At $14.50 silver, like I said, you pay $21 to $23 for a Silver Eagle. And today, depends if you buy them by the roll or by the box, but if you buy them by the box, you can pay, right now it's about $18.60 a coin, and by the roll, a 20-coin roll is about $19.50 a roll. So incredibly, even though silver is more than $1 off of its most recent low, I have Silver Eagles that you can buy at the lowest price they've been in months. So if you're looking for Silver Eagles, it's probably a really good time to buy, because come mid-November and into December, the mint's going to start changing up and start getting ready to make the 2016 coins, and it's not unusual for us to have a shortage all over again. Right now, the premium is actually lower than normal, so you're probably saving about 50 to 75% or 50 to 75 cents on an ounce of silver if you're looking at the Silver Eagles right now. So you're actually getting it for a really good price. They're actually available. You're not going to sit back and wait 2 months for delivery. So if you've been waiting for a chance to get them, you can buy rolls, a 20-coin roll for $390. You can buy a monster box, which is a U.S. Mint box of 500 coins for about $9,305. That's as low as they've been in a long, long time. So if you're interested in buying coins, right now is a good time. You could call my office. We actually have them. Call 800-221-7694. Now, the other reason we watch the premiums, it's not just so that you know that this is a good time to buy. If you remember, for weeks I told people don't buy them because you were paying way too much. You could have, when you were paying $21 to $23 an ounce for a Silver Eagle, you were pretty much paying $3 more than you should have. So you weren't really taking that much risk by waiting out the market. Today, it's just the opposite. The premium's so low that even if silver dropped $1, you're probably not going to save much money buying the Eagle. So right now, I like the price. I think it's a good thing to buy. The other reason we watch this is when the premium on certain coins are too high or too low, a lot of times it's a good way to increase the amount of bullion that you own. So for example, we talked about this last Monday, I think, on the Monday morning show. The silver dollar, an average silver dollar, a peace dollar, Morgan dollar, has 3/4 of an ounce of silver. So a silver dollar only has about $12 worth of silver in it, yet those coins sell for about $20 a coin. So you've got a 67% premium. You can actually take those coins and trade them pretty much one for one. If you do quantity, you're going to get better than 1 for 1 for Silver Eagles, and you're increasing the amount of silver you have anywhere from 30 to 50% without spending any money. Well, if you can increase the amount of silver you have by 50%, when it goes to $35 or $40 or $50 an ounce and you have 50% more silver, that's a heck of a big increase in the value of what you're holding. And so, again, I don't want to go into a lot of detail because I could spend the next half hour just talking about premiums, but this is the type of thing we watch. This is the type of thing we report to you on in our preferred client newsletter. I have clients who have more than doubled the amount of platinum they have or the amount of gold or silver simply by trading these premiums. It's not something you're going to trade all the time, but just when the market gives you a chance and you can take advantage of it. When we get back, we're going to talk about the rare coin market.
Once again, here's Nick Grovich.
Nick Grovich, I'm back with you. We were just talking about the premiums on some of the silver coins. I just want to finish that up. A few weeks ago, the premiums were so out of line on 90% silver, which is the old half dollars, dimes, and quarters. Also on Silver Eagles and several of the other items. The premiums were so high that you could literally sell those items and buy silver bullion like rounds or something like that, or Australian kangaroos, and increase the amount of silver that you have. And one of the reasons I tell clients to do that, only when the market's really giving us a big spread. Now, you don't want to do that every time the premium's out of whack by 25 cents or 50 cents. Just when it hits these extremes where you're, $2, $3, $4 too high on a premium, then it's worth taking advantage of. Well, now the premiums have come back to normal. So the 90% silver is back to normal premiums. The Silver Eagles are actually less than what normal premiums are. I guess the mint overproduced. So now there's actually a lot of coins on the market. Everyone who ordered the last few months have finally gotten delivery. We're not on delayed delivery schedules anymore. So just like before, the premiums went up when very few people had live coins to deliver. Well, now there's a lot of live coins around, and the buyers have already purchased. So you're able to buy for a lower price today than you were. So by trading these premiums, you can really use that to your benefit. It's a great thing to do when the markets are kind of soft, as they have been the last few years, is just to watch the premiums. Now, I know that's hard for the average guy to do because you've got to call and figure out what the premium is. You have to know what the average premium is. That's what we do for our clients. We let you know that. Like I said, I guess I'm plugging our preferred client newsletter quite a bit. We usually charge $150 for that. If you go online, AmericanFederal.com, or call in to 800-221-7694. I'll give you a free 1-year trial. Check it out. See how you like it. I guarantee you there's some things in there that, some things that we publish that can make you some money, or if not make you money, at least increase the amount of bullion you have without spending money. But I'm just a big fan when things are really soft and you have a chance that you can shop around and take advantage of some of these market aberrations. Why not take advantage of it? If you can take 1,000 ounces of silver and turn it into 1,500 ounces of silver without any money out of your pocket, that's a win. That's a great deal. I've had people double the amount of silver or double their amount of gold they had just because the premium on the coins that they had went up. The thing is, normally those premiums come back into line and you miss out on that extra $4 on $3-4 an ounce on silver. On the gold, there was as much as a $700 an ounce premium on some of the coins. So sometimes when it gets, like I said, really out of sync, you can really benefit yourself, but you have to have somebody telling you, when that happens. It's very hard for the average person to watch. The other thing I want to mention, we're going to be in Palm Springs November 4th. That's next Wednesday from 1 to 4 o'clock at the JW Marriott. Come on out. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We'll talk about the premiums, whatever's happening in the market next week. We'll try and give you some ideas that might help you out. If you already own coins, you can bring a list. We'll be glad to look it over for you, kind of give you an idea where you stand, tell you if there's anything you could do to help yourself out, maybe get yourself in better position. Or if you're positioned, if you're positioned just right, in our opinion, we'll be glad to tell you that too. And, like I said, we monitor these portfolios. Sometimes we can help you out. We can show you, maybe if not today, maybe a month from now, a year from now, we can tell you how to do something and that'll benefit you. But come on out, get a chance to meet us. We'll answer questions. We're going to talk about both the bullion markets and the coin markets, tell you some things to stay away from, tell you some things that maybe you could do to make some money or increase the amount of bullion that you have without spending any money. So we'd love to see you. We still have a couple seats left. Call the office, 800-221-7694, and we'll see you there, hopefully. So last week, actually the last 2 weeks, I've been trying to talk about a new program that I've started. I'm going to try and explain this to you. There's several ways you can make money in the rare coin market. Some of these would be a little bit difficult for you to do on your own, but I'm going to try and explain that anyway. I was talking to a friend of mine, a dealer friend of mine in Florida yesterday, and we were talking about back when PCGS and NGC started grading coins back in 1986 and 87. And now you have to realize when they first started grading coins, the prices start going through the roof. And it wasn't so much that the coins were that rare. It was more a matter of there just weren't that many coins in the holders yet. So for about 4 years, the prices of even common coins like Mercury dimes and Walking Liberty half dollars and Morgan dollars, they got to prices that were so insane that, and it was just because there just weren't enough coins in the holders. Well, after 4 or 5 years, there were so many coins in the holders that the prices pretty much collapsed. Now that's the Reader's Digest version. There's a lot more that went on back there, which I don't have time to talk about on the radio. But that was the main thing. I had coins that I had paid anywhere from $2,500 to $4,000 for before the grading services started, and I'd send them into PCGS and they'd come back graded MS67. Well, since there were no other coins graded, one coin was a very rare commemorative half dollar. It was a Monroe half dollar, and I don't remember what I paid for it, maybe $4,000. And let's say an average MS65 was going for $2,500 at the time. So I really paid a lot of money for what the market was prior to 1986 for that coin. Send it to PCGS and it comes back MS67. Well, all of a sudden it's the only MS67, and I had a dealer offer me over $40,000 for it. So other ways that people were making money back then, dealers were making money, because a lot of it was because of the high prices. You have to realize an MS65 back then was going for as much as $900. I mean, you could buy them today for $150. An MS64 was going for maybe $300 to $400. You can buy those today for $75. An MS63 coin, I don't remember exactly, but let's say they were maybe $100. You could buy those today for $50 to $60. But there was such a big difference between one grade to another, an MS63 to a 64, or 64 to a 65. You can make hundreds of dollars on a very, very common coin. So dealers would walk around and they'd look for coins that possibly were undergraded. So if you had an MS64 PCGS MS64 and you felt it might go the next grade higher, you could make $300, $400, $500 just by getting the coin regraded. And a lot of dealers made a lot of money. I was talking to my friend about coins. We were talking about how not how easy it was, but how big the differences in the prices were. I had a $20 gold coin, a proof $20 Liberty, that went up one grade, and it was an $80,000 difference just for getting a coin regraded. So there was a lot of money made, not so much because you were buying a rare coin, but because you were being very specific about what you bought, looking for certain qualities. Well, what's happening in today's market, it's very similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar to that. And I've talked about the CAC, the CAC coins, Certified Acceptance Corporation, and to a degree, it's very similar to what happened when we were doing this, upgrading coins back in the 1980s. Now, a lot of coins that we upgraded in the 1980s, it's just not worth it today. I mean, if you buy an MS64 for $65, and you upgrade it to an MS65 and it's worth $125, and you pay $25 to upgrade it, you're going to a lot of trouble to make $20 or $30. It's not worth it. And then if it doesn't upgrade, you lost $20 or $30. So it's something that dealers have kind of shied away from. You don't make these big, $500 on common coins and tens of thousands of dollars on rare coins. The money's not there anymore. Now with CAC, what they do is they take coins that are already graded by PCGS or NGC, and they just put a little green or gold sticker on it based on how they view the coin. So if they think the coin is a real solidly graded or in the top half of a grade. So if it's an MS65, they're saying it's in the top half of the MS65s. They'll put a little green sticker on it. If they think it probably is undergraded, so you have an MS, I just got a coin back this week that was graded MS63. CAC put a gold sticker on, which tells me they really think it should have been an MS64. There's a coin that's probably worth $3,500, but because of that little gold sticker, I'm probably going to sell it for about $8,000 or $9,000 just for getting that little gold sticker. And that little gold sticker cost me all of $12.50 to get. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to sticker everything, but I think you can see there's a lot of money to be made. And part of it is because a lot of dealers just aren't doing it. They're simply not doing it they send in 1,000 coins to CAC, and maybe 5 or 10% come back with stickers. It's something you've got to be very, very picky about what you send in. You've got to send in really nice looking coins, which is what I do, and my percentage is maybe 65% of the coins I send in get the stickers. But it makes a huge difference in price. So one way that we're making money, and this isn't buying coins to hold them, but it's more of a trading program. We go out, we find coins that are graded, that we think are nice for the grade, which there's quite a few of them out there. It's not like a needle in a haystack. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not a needle in a haystack type of proposition. We send them to CAC. If they come back stickered, then we pick up anywhere from 30 to a couple $100. I just bought a Barber half for $4,500. With the little sticker on it, I'm probably going to get $6,800 to $7,200. That's a nice profit for just buying a coin, sending it in. It's maybe a 3 to 4 week turnaround on a coin like that. I've talked about other coins, and it doesn't all have to be expensive coins. I've had $25, $26,000 coins that brought back $40,000. I've had $1,000 coins that we sold for $2,000 with the sticker. So it's a really interesting way to make some money. Now, as more and more coins have CAC stickers, I don't know if it works 2 years from now or 3 years from now.
Once again, here's Nick Grovich.
Nick Grovich, I'm back with you. I've been talking a little bit about different ways to make money in the rare coin market. And what I'm talking about right now isn't so much investing in rare coins as it is trading rare coins. It's something you might be able to do by yourself, but honestly, you probably need somebody like me or my company to help you do this. We have a program. You can call my office. I'd be glad to talk to you about it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. I think it's important to note that I have not recommended rare coins in over 25 years. So this is something new in the market. I'm not going to say I'm right all the time, because I'm not, but I really try and let the market tell me what to do. I don't go into it saying, oh, rare coins are great, we're all going to make money. When the market starts showing me how to make money, I try to take advantage of it. And this is just one of those times. We're talking about if you either buying really nice coins and getting the CAC sticker put on it, that's a great way to increase the value of a coin, make some money. A lot of you probably have coins that you bought back in the 80s and early 90s. If you do, a lot of those early coins are very nice. I mean, PCGS seems like they were a little stricter back in the early days than they are today on their grading. So I find especially the coins that were sold, like I said, back in the 80s, maybe up until maybe the mid 90s, those coins tend overall they tend to be a little nicer quality than what I see come out of there today. So if you are sitting on coins, I mean, you might be in them at a lot higher prices than what they're worth today, but it's really, really worthwhile to have us take a look at those coins. And if some of them will have a good chance of getting that CAC sticker, it can really benefit you quite a bit. And if you're looking to buy coins for your own collection, I'm not sure. I told you, for example, a Barber half I bought for $4,500. I got the sticker on it. It'll probably go for $6,800. Well, if I'm investing in coins for my own account, I don't want to be the guy paying the $6,800. I want to be the guy paying the $4,500 and turning it into a $6,800 coin. And then if you want to keep the coin, you've got a profit built into the coin. You know that you have a real high quality coin. You know that you have the best that's out there. And that's always been in the rare coin market the way you make money. The best quality and the rarest coins are the coins that generally make money. Now, the second part of this program, we're looking for these graded coins at coin shows. We're looking for them at coin auctions. We're not doing so much just buying coins sight unseen, because we want to see the coins. We want to make sure they have a little something extra going for them in the grades. So we're looking for coins that have extra nice eye appeal, or coins that just barely miss the next higher grade, so that we're getting the top quality within any grade. And that means that we have to travel to shows, we have to travel to auctions, we have to preview coins. There's a lot of work that goes into it at auction. It's really easy to get caught up at an auction. Maybe there's a coin you want to spend $5,000 for, and the bidding gets carried away. And next thing you know, you're bidding $6,000 for the coin, because what people do at auctions is maybe you set a limit of 5,000 and somebody outbids you at 5,100 and you think, well, I'll just go another $100. Next thing you're at 5,200 and somebody else goes 5,300. Before you know it, you're at $6,000 on a coin. So it takes a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? You just have to really stick to your guns. You have to have a lot of discipline. That's the word I'm looking for. And you have to have your numbers ahead of time. You have to know exactly what the bid on that coin is if you needed to get rid of the coin. So that's the second part of this. There's a lot of big auctions right now. You've got the Pogue auction. You've had the Gardner auction. There's more, and I've said this before, there's more really big auctions out there right now, big collections, I should say, than I've ever seen before. I mean, major collections. I know one of the auctions last year had a 1793 chain cent that had not been on the market since 1890 was the last time that coin was offered for sale. So, you know, a lot of dealers and collectors are going to these auctions, but what they're looking for is they're looking for these one-of-a-kind type coins that haven't seen the light of day. Those are the coins that are breaking price records. Well, we're not going to auctions to buy those. The auction companies typically will have the finest coins. That's their headliner coins. Those are the ones they advertise. They put all those on the cover of their auction catalogs. That's to get people to the auction. And then they'll get a lot of collectors who have kind of more average, I don't want to say average coins, but less rare coins. Coins like Morgan dollars or Barber half dollars in low grade, or just coins that aren't super rare. And the idea is that if you put them in one of these major auctions, you're going to ride their coattails. Well, what happens is, you know, dealers are going there to buy what they want for inventory, or they're going to buy what they need for clients. And a lot of times these other coins, I mean, for example, Walking Liberty half dollars, they might go in and see a bunch of Walking Liberty half dollars, but that's the type of coin, if you really need one, you probably find them. So they're not going to go crazy bidding those up. And a lot of times, a lot of coins will go for 30 to 70% less than what the bid is. So, you know, maybe you go in there and you know that the bid's $1,000, a coin goes for $700, you buy it, you take it home on Monday and you sell it for the $1,000. You just made almost 50% on your money. And that happens a lot too at the auctions, but it's all because the rare coin market's very thinly capitalized. A $50 million auction or a $28 million auction in the coin business, that is a lot of money. It's not like the stocks where you're talking billions and trillions of dollars. Tens of millions in the coin market is huge. So there's just not perfect information. We've got so much information out there, but no one dealer or even a couple dealers can keep track of the price of every coin and know every coin that's in auctions or offered on the floor. So these inefficiencies are what make it possible to go either on the bourse floor at coin shows or go to these auctions and pick off these coins that sell below auction or below bid. And, you know, if you get Coin Dealer newsletter, after almost every major auction, they always have an article and they say, we can't believe it, but these coins went for 30% back a bid or 60% back a bid or whatever it is. And they'll have a little list of coins and they'll say, if somebody would have just noticed it and bought these coins, well, there's a big market for that. So that's also part of the program. We're looking for coins we can get the CAC sticker on. And we're also looking for the coins that end up selling for less than bid. Is there risk involved? Yeah, there's always risk involved. You might buy coins based on the bids that are out there on Friday, and the bids could disappear on Monday. You don't know. You don't know if the same bidder is going to be there a week from then, you know, after you buy the coin and get delivery of it. So there's always a certain amount of risk. But by buying the coins, number one, that are less than bid, you cut down on your risk substantially. By buying coins that are really nice looking and trying to get the CAC sticker, again, you're taking a very small risk. And on the coins that do work out that you get the stickers on, the percentage that you make is so high that it offsets the coins that don't work. Back in the 1980s, for about 9 years, I ran an actual limited partnership, rare coin limited partnership. And it was one of the few limited partnerships in rare coins that actually made money. We averaged 34% a year. So I do have some experience doing this. Most limited partnerships have lost money, because, for a variety of reasons. But this is more of a trading partnership as opposed to, we're not buying coins and sitting on them and crossing our fingers and hoping they go up. This is a very active program. It's perfect if you're sitting on coins that have done nothing the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I know clients, I have one in mind here in town. They've got $300,000 worth of coins that have been sitting there doing absolutely nothing for the last 10 years. They probably dropped in value. What a great way to take those coins, let us liquidate them, use that value and trade coins and start picking up some money. Why sit on them when they're not doing anything for you? Why not use those coins to produce some type of income or increase in value? You end up with nicer coins. You end up getting an income off of them. We distribute the profits about every 4 months. It's just a really good program, and I just know there's so many people sitting on large portfolios of coins that are just doing nothing. They have the modern coins, they have common coins, St. Gaudens, $10 Indians. It's a great way right now. It's, like I said, it's a pioneering program. We're just starting it. If you want details, give my office a call. The only catch is I can't do it with $10,000 or $20,000, so unfortunately, this is only for the bigger amounts of money. We'll talk to you soon.